Hello and welcome to the Mindful Zone. Today we embark on a journey, a peaceful exploration of how meditation, mindfulness and Buddhism can help us disconnect from social media and reconnect with ourselves. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by constant notifications, endless scrolling, and the pressure to stay connected online. Social media platforms are designed to keep us hooked, pulling our attention in countless directions. But what if there was a way to step back, to find calm amidst the chaos? That's exactly what we'll be exploring together over the next 2 hours. This video is designed for everyone, whether you're new to meditation or looking to deepen your practice. Together, we'll uncover tools rooted in ancient wisdom that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. These teachings come from Buddhism, mindfulness practices, and modern insights into well-being. They aren't just theoretical concepts. They're practical tools you can use every day to create more peace and balance in your life. So why focus on disconnecting from social media? Well, while these platforms have their benefits, they also bring challenges. Studies show that excessive use can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even feelings of loneliness. It's not uncommon to scroll aimlessly for hours, only to feel drained afterward. Or perhaps you've found yourself comparing your life to the highlight reels of others, leaving you feeling inadequate or dissatisfied. If any of this resonates with you, know that you're not alone and there's a way forward. What we're offering here isn't about rejecting technology altogether. Instead, it's about cultivating awareness around how and why we use social media. By stepping away, even briefly, we give ourselves the gift of presence. We allow space for reflection, creativity, and connection. Not just with others, but with our own inner selves. Throughout this video, we'll blend guided meditations, philosophical insights, and practical tips to support your journey. You don't need any special equipment or prior experience. All you need is an open mind and a willingness to explore. As we move forward, I invite you to settle into a comfortable position. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly. Feel the weight of your body supported by whatever surface you're resting on. Let go of any tension you might be holding on to. This is your time, a sanctuary away from the noise of daily life. Our journey will unfold in 10 chapters, each building upon the last. From understanding the problem with constant connectivity to learning practical steps to unplug, we'll cover everything you need to begin transforming your relationship with social media. Along the way, we'll dive into foundational Buddhist philosophy, explore the science behind meditation, and engage in guided mindfulness exercises to ground you in the present moment. Before we proceed, take another deep breath. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. Let this be the start of something meaningful, a commitment to nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for joining me today. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Problem with constant connectivity. To understand why disconnecting from social media matters, let's first examine the problem with constant connectivity. Think about how often you check your phone throughout the day. Notifications pop up incessantly. Emails, messages, likes, comments. Each one pulls at your attention, fragmenting your focus and scattering your thoughts. Over time, this habit creates a sense of restlessness, making it difficult to concentrate on anything for long periods. Social media is designed to keep us engaged, and its algorithms are incredibly effective at doing so. Every swipe, tap, or scroll triggers a cascade of stimuli that keep us hooked. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter are engineered to maximize user engagement, often at the expense of our mental clarity and emotional well-being. These platforms exploit psychological vulnerabilities, creating an environment where we feel compelled to stay connected, even when it leaves us feeling drained or anxious. But the issue goes deeper than mere distraction. Social media platforms are engineered to trigger dopamine releases in our brains, the same chemical associated with pleasure and reward. Every time someone likes your post or sends you a message, your brain gets a little hit of happiness. While this might sound harmless, it can quickly turn into a cycle of dependency. We crave more validation, leading us to spend increasing amounts of time online seeking the next high. This cycle mirrors addictive behaviors where the pursuit of short-term gratification overshadows long-term well-being. This reliance on external validation has profound implications for mental health. Research shows that heavy social media users are more likely to experience symptoms of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Why? Because when we compare our behind-the-scenes lives to other people's carefully curated highlight reels, we inevitably fall short. This comparison trap fosters feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction, eroding our sense of self-worth. It's easy to forget that what we see online is often a distorted version of reality, a polished facade that hides struggles, imperfections, and insecurities. Buddhism offers a powerful lens through which to view this phenomenon. One of its central teachings is the concept of attachment. Attachment refers to clinging too tightly to external things, whether material possessions, relationships, or digital validation. When we attach our happiness to something outside ourselves, we set ourselves up for suffering. Social media amplifies this tendency, encouraging us to seek fulfillment in likes, followers, and comments rather than within. This outward focus creates a false sense of identity, one that is contingent on the approval of others. The Buddha taught that true peace comes from letting go, not just of material possessions, but of the need for external validation. He emphasized the importance of cultivating inner contentment, which arises not from what we have or achieve, but from how we relate to ourselves and the world around us. By shifting our focus inward, we begin to recognize that our worth is not determined by the number of likes we receive or the followers we accumulate. Instead, it is rooted in our inherent humanity, our capacity for compassion, and our ability to connect deeply with others. Another challenge posed by social media is its impact on our ability to live in the present moment. How many times have you been physically present somewhere beautiful, a park, a beach, a family gathering, only to find yourself distracted by your phone? Instead of soaking in the experience, you're busy capturing it for later. Ironically, this obsession with documenting life prevents us from fully living it. We trade moments of genuine connection for the illusion of permanence, storing memories digitally while neglecting to savor them in real time. Mindfulness invites us to reclaim the present. Rather than splitting our attention between the real world and the virtual one, we learn to anchor ourselves in the here and now. Mindfulness teaches us to notice what is happening in this very moment without judgment. It encourages us to engage fully with whatever we're doing, whether it's eating a meal, having a conversation, or simply sitting quietly. By bringing our full attention to these activities, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for life's simple pleasures and reduce the urge to escape into the digital realm. Let's consider some practical examples. Imagine you're out for dinner with friends. Instead of scrolling through your phone while waiting for the food to arrive, try engaging in conversation or observing your surroundings. Notice the colors, textures, and sounds around you. Pay attention to the flavors and aromas of your meal. These small acts of presence can transform an ordinary experience into something extraordinary. Similarly, if you find yourself reaching for your phone during a quiet moment, pause and ask yourself, what am I seeking? Am I bored, restless, or avoiding something? By becoming aware of your motivations, you gain greater control over your actions. Awareness is the first step toward change. By recognizing how social media affects us, we empower ourselves to make conscious choices about how we engage with it. For example, instead of mindlessly scrolling during moments of boredom, we can pause and ask ourselves, what do I really need right now? Do I want connection, entertainment, or simply a break? Once we identify our true needs, we can choose healthier ways to meet them. Perhaps taking a walk, reading a book, or practicing meditation would serve us better than another hour spent online. Another strategy is to set boundaries around social media use. Designate specific times of day for checking your accounts and stick to them. Use apps that track your screen time to gain insight into your habits. Consider implementing tech-free zones in your home, such as the dining table or bedroom, to create spaces where you can fully disconnect. These small changes may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they add up, helping you regain control over your attention and energy. It's also important to reflect on the quality of your interactions online. Are you using social media to foster meaningful connections, or are you passively consuming content that leaves you feeling empty? Engaging authentically with others, whether through thoughtful comments, shared experiences, or creative expression, can enhance your relationship with these platforms. On the other hand, aimless scrolling or comparing yourself to others only perpetuates feelings of dissatisfaction and disconnection. Ultimately, the goal isn't to vilify social media, but to approach it with intention and awareness. By understanding its impact on our minds and lives, we can use it as a tool rather than allowing it to control us. This shift requires patience and practice, but the rewards are worth it. As we reduce our dependence on external validation and cultivate a stronger sense of inner peace, we open ourselves up to richer, more fulfilling experiences both online and offline. In the next chapter, we'll explore what mindfulness truly means and how it can transform not just your relationship with social media, but your entire life. But for now, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. Consider how constant connectivity shapes your daily routine and influences your emotional state. Ask yourself, where can I introduce more awareness and balance? What steps can I take to create space between myself and the digital noise? Remember, the journey toward mindfulness begins with small, intentional actions. Each choice you make to pause, breathe, or unplug is a step toward greater clarity and well-being. Keep this in mind as we continue exploring the tools and practices that will support you along the way. Chapter 2. What is mindfulness? Now that we've explored the challenges posed by constant connectivity and the impact of social media on our well-being, let's turn our attention to a powerful antidote: mindfulness. At its core, mindfulness is simply being present, fully aware of the here and now without judgment. This idea comes directly from Buddhist teachings, which emphasize living in harmony with the present moment. But what does mindfulness truly mean, and how can it help us navigate the complexities of modern life? Mindfulness invites us to notice sensations, thoughts, and emotions as they arise without getting caught up in them. It's about observing our inner and outer experiences with curiosity and kindness, rather than reacting impulsively or critically. For example, when you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet. And yes, when you scroll through social media, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Am I truly enjoying it, or am I just filling time? The practice of mindfulness has deep roots in Buddhism, particularly in the tradition of meditation. In fact, mindfulness is often described as the heart of Buddhist practice. The Pali word sati, which translates to mindfulness, refers to remembering to bring awareness to the present moment. It's not about achieving some special state of enlightenment, but rather cultivating an ongoing awareness of life as it unfolds, moment by moment. One of the most profound teachings in Buddhism related to mindfulness is the concept of the 4 foundations of mindfulness. These foundations provide a framework for developing awareness in 4 key areas: the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. By focusing on these aspects of experience, we learn to observe ourselves and the world around us with greater clarity and compassion. Let's take a closer look at each foundation. The first is mindfulness of the body. This involves paying attention to physical sensations, how your body feels as you sit, stand, or move. You might notice tension in your shoulders, warmth in your hands, or the rhythm of your breath. Bringing awareness to the body helps ground us in the present moment, anchoring us in something tangible and real. The second foundation is mindfulness of feelings. Here, feelings refer not just to emotions, but also to the pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral qualities of our experiences. For instance, scrolling through social media might initially feel pleasurable, but over time it could leave you feeling restless or dissatisfied. By noticing these shifts, you gain insight into how certain activities affect your well-being, allowing you to make more conscious choices. The third foundation is mindfulness of the mind. This involves observing your thoughts and mental states without identifying with them. Instead of thinking, "I am anxious," you might notice, "There is anxiety." This subtle shift creates space between you and your thoughts, reducing their power over you. Over time, this practice helps cultivate equanimity, a calm, balanced state of mind that remains steady even in the face of challenges. Finally, the fourth foundation is mindfulness of phenomena, or Dhammas in Pali. This refers to observing the patterns and processes that shape our experience, such as impermanence, attachment, and interconnectedness. For example, you might notice how fleeting social media interactions are compared to deeper face-to-face connections. Or you might reflect on how your craving for likes and comments reflects a broader human tendency towards seeking validation. These foundations aren't meant to be practiced sequentially. Rather, they overlap and inform one another. Together, they form a comprehensive approach to mindfulness that encompasses every aspect of our experience. But mindfulness isn't confined to formal meditation practice. It extends into every area of life. Whether you're washing dishes, commuting, or talking to a loved one, you can bring mindfulness to the activity. The key is to engage fully with whatever you're doing, letting go of distractions and judgments. For example, imagine you're drinking a cup of tea. Instead of rushing through it while checking your phone, take a moment to notice the warmth of the mug in your hands, the aroma rising from the steam, the taste of the tea as it touches your tongue. Each sip becomes an opportunity to connect with the present moment, fostering a sense of gratitude and presence. Similarly, mindfulness can transform mundane tasks into moments of peace and reflection. Folding laundry, for instance, can become a meditative practice if you focus on the texture of the fabric, the rhythm of your movements, and the satisfaction of completing the task. Even something as simple as brushing your teeth can be an exercise in mindfulness if you pay attention to the sensation of the bristles against your gums or the flavor of the toothpaste. Of course, practicing mindfulness doesn't mean ignoring difficult emotions or pretending everything is fine. On the contrary, it means acknowledging pain, frustration, or sadness with compassion and understanding. Rather than pushing away uncomfortable feelings, we learn to sit with them, recognizing that they too are impermanent and will pass in time. This non-judgmental attitude is central to mindfulness. Often we criticize ourselves for feeling a certain way or having a particular thought. We label emotions as good or bad, reinforcing patterns of resistance and self-criticism. Mindfulness encourages us to let go of these labels and simply observe what arises, trusting that awareness itself is healing. Another important aspect of mindfulness is its emphasis on intentionality. Every action we take is driven by an underlying motive, whether conscious or unconscious. By becoming aware of our intentions, we align our behavior with our values, creating a sense of purpose and meaning. For instance, instead of scrolling through social media out of habit or boredom, we might choose to log off and spend that time reading, exercising, or connecting with loved ones. Mindfulness also teaches us to embrace imperfection. In a world obsessed with productivity and achievement, it's easy to fall into the trap of striving for perfection. We compare ourselves to others, setting unrealistic standards that leave us feeling inadequate. Mindfulness reminds us that imperfection is part of the human condition, and that there's beauty in embracing who we are, flaws and all. Consider the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold lacquer, highlighting the cracks rather than hiding them. This practice symbolizes the idea that our scars and imperfections are sources of strength and resilience. Similarly, mindfulness invites us to see our struggles not as failures, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. As we deepen our understanding of mindfulness, it's helpful to explore some common misconceptions. One myth is that mindfulness requires sitting still for hours on end, or achieving a state of blissful calm. While meditation is a valuable tool, mindfulness is much broader than that. It's about bringing awareness to everyday activities, no matter how ordinary they may seem. Another misconception is that mindfulness is passive or detached. Some people worry that being mindful means suppressing their emotions or avoiding action. In reality, mindfulness empowers us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By pausing before acting, we create space to consider our options and make choices aligned with our true desires. Let's also address the fear that mindfulness might lead to complacency, that by accepting things as they are, we stop striving for change. On the contrary, mindfulness fuels meaningful action by helping us clarify our priorities and motivations. When we act from a place of awareness and compassion, our efforts become more effective and sustainable. To illustrate this point, think about social justice movements. Activists who practice mindfulness often report feeling less burned out and more resilient because they're able to stay grounded amidst adversity. They recognize that change takes time and that self-care is essential for sustaining long-term commitment. Far from encouraging passivity, mindfulness enhances our capacity to contribute positively to the world. So, how do we begin practicing mindfulness in our daily lives? Start small. Choose one activity, eating breakfast, taking a shower, or walking to work, and commit to doing it mindfully. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures involved. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the task at hand without judgment. Over time, expand this practice to other areas of your life, building a foundation of awareness that supports overall well-being. You might also experiment with short mindfulness exercises throughout the day. For example, take 3 deep breaths whenever you transition from one activity to another. Notice how your body feels after sitting for a prolonged period, and stretch if needed. Set reminders on your phone to pause and check in with yourself periodically. These micro-practices add up, creating a ripple effect that transforms your relationship with time and attention. Ultimately, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. There's no end point where you suddenly arrive at perfect awareness. Instead, it's a continual process of learning, growing, and refining your ability to be present. Along the way, you'll encounter challenges and setbacks, but these are part of the path, not obstacles to overcome. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the science behind meditation and explore how mindfulness practices affect the brain and body. But for now, reflect on the insights we've shared about mindfulness. Consider how you can integrate this practice into your daily routine, starting with small, manageable steps. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Each moment of awareness brings you closer to a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 3: The Science Behind Meditation. In our journey to understand mindfulness and its transformative power, it's important to ground ourselves in the science behind meditation. While the philosophical roots of meditation come from ancient traditions like Buddhism, modern research has validated many of its benefits. By exploring what happens in the brain and body during meditation, we can better appreciate why this practice is so effective at reducing stress, improving focus, and enhancing overall well-being. Let's start by examining how meditation affects the brain. One of the most fascinating discoveries in neuroscience is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. For a long time, scientists believed that the brain structure was fixed after childhood. However, studies have shown that regular meditation can physically alter the brain, strengthening certain regions while reducing activity in others. One key area influenced by meditation is the prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for executive functions, such as decision-making, attention, and self-regulation. Research shows that meditators tend to have thicker prefrontal cortices compared to non-meditators, suggesting improved cognitive control and emotional resilience. In practical terms, this means you're better equipped to resist distractions, manage impulses, and stay focused on your goals, even when faced with challenges like social media notifications or stressful situations. Another critical region affected by meditation is the amygdala, often referred to as the brain's fear center. The amygdala plays a central role in processing emotions like fear, anger, and anxiety. Chronic stress and excessive screen time can overactivate this area, leading to heightened reactivity and feelings of overwhelm. However, studies show that consistent meditation reduces the size and activity of the amygdala, helping to calm the mind and promote a sense of inner peace. For example, a landmark study conducted at Harvard University found that participants who practice mindfulness meditation for just 8 weeks experienced significant reductions in grey matter density in the amygdala. These changes were accompanied by subjective reports of decreased stress levels, demonstrating a clear link between brain structure and psychological well-being. Beyond structural changes, meditation also influences brainwave patterns. There are 5 main types of brainwaves: gamma, beta, alpha, theta, and delta, each associated with different states of consciousness. During wakeful alertness, we typically operate in beta waves, which are fast and active. While necessary for tasks requiring concentration, prolonged beta activity can lead to mental fatigue and burnout. Meditation, on the other hand, encourages the production of slower brain waves like alpha and theta, which are linked to relaxation, creativity, and deep introspection. Alpha waves, in particular, are associated with a calm yet alert state of mind. They dominate during moments of quiet reflection, light meditation, or simply closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. When you cultivate alpha wave activity through meditation, you create a buffer against the relentless pace of modern life. You become less reactive to external stimuli and more attuned to your internal rhythms. Theta waves, which occur during deeper meditative states or dreams, offer additional benefits. They facilitate access to the subconscious mind, making them valuable for self-discovery and problem-solving. Many people report experiencing profound insights or creative breakthroughs during theta-dominant states, underscoring the potential of meditation to unlock hidden reservoirs of wisdom and innovation. Now let's shift our focus to the physiological effects of meditation. Beyond the brain, this practice has far-reaching impacts on the body, particularly the autonomic nervous system, ANS. The ANS controls involuntary processes like heart rate, digestion, and breathing, and it operates in 2 modes: sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest. Chronic stress keeps the sympathetic branch dominant, flooding the body with cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this imbalance contributes to health issues ranging from insomnia to cardiovascular disease. Meditation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and recovery. Slow, deliberate breathing, a cornerstone of many meditative practices, stimulates the vagus nerve, which runs from the brainstem to the abdomen and regulates numerous bodily functions. Enhanced vagal tone has been linked to reduced inflammation, improved immune function, and greater emotional stability. Simply put, meditation helps reset your nervous system, allowing you to recover from stress more effectively. Another remarkable aspect of meditation is its impact on telomeres, protective caps at the ends of chromosomes that shorten as we age. Shortened telomeres are associated with cellular aging and increased risk of chronic diseases. A groundbreaking study published in Psychoneuroendocrinology revealed that individuals who engaged in mindfulness-based stress reduction (MBSR) programs had longer telomeres than those who did not meditate. While more research is needed to fully understand this relationship, these findings hint at the possibility that meditation may slow down the aging process at a cellular level. The benefits of meditation extend beyond individual health to interpersonal relationships. Studies suggest that regular practitioners exhibit higher levels of empathy, compassion, and social connectedness. This is partly due to increased activity in the anterior insular and temporoparietal junction, brain regions involved in understanding others' perspectives and emotions. By fostering a greater sense of connection, meditation helps counteract the isolation and disconnection often exacerbated by excessive social media use. It's worth noting that the positive effects of meditation aren't limited to seasoned practitioners. Even beginners can experience noticeable improvements after just a few sessions. For instance, a study involving college students found that participants who practiced brief guided meditations reported reduced anxiety and improved mood within days. Similarly, workplace interventions incorporating mindfulness techniques have led to enhanced job satisfaction, productivity, and teamwork among employees. Despite these promising findings, it's essential to approach meditation with realistic expectations. Like any skill, it requires patience and consistency to yield meaningful results. Some people mistakenly believe they're bad at meditating because their minds wander or they don't feel immediate bliss. But the truth is, meditation isn't about achieving a specific outcome. It's about cultivating awareness and acceptance of whatever arises. Each moment of practice, no matter how imperfect, strengthens your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. To further illustrate the science behind meditation, let's explore some specific techniques and their unique benefits. Mindfulness meditation, which involves focusing on the breath or bodily sensations, is perhaps the most widely studied form. As we discussed earlier, it enhances attention, reduces stress, and promotes emotional regulation. Loving kindness meditation, on the other hand, cultivates feelings of warmth and compassion toward oneself and others. Research shows that this practice increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and fosters prosocial behaviors like generosity and kindness. Body scan meditation, another popular technique, systematically guides awareness through different parts of the body, encouraging relaxation and release of tension. It's especially effective for managing chronic pain, insomnia, and anxiety. Visualization exercises, where you imagine calming scenes or desired outcomes, harness the power of imagination to influence mood and motivation. Finally, mantra-based practices, such as repeating a word or phrase silently, help anchor the mind and deepen concentration. Each of these methods offers distinct advantages, but they all share a common foundation: the cultivation of present moment awareness. Whether you choose one style or experiment with several, the key is to find what resonates with you and commit to regular practice. Start with short sessions, 5 or 10 minutes, and gradually increase the duration as you build confidence and comfort. Remember, consistency matters more than length. Even a few minutes of daily meditation can make a significant difference over time. As we integrate scientific insights into our understanding of meditation, it's helpful to reflect on how this knowledge applies to disconnecting from social media. Imagine using meditation as a tool to recalibrate your relationship with technology. Before reaching for your phone, take a few mindful breaths. Notice the urge without acting on it immediately. Ask yourself, what am I seeking? How will this interaction serve me? By pausing and tuning inward, you reclaim agency over your choices, replacing automatic habits with intentional actions. Moreover, meditation provides a sanctuary, a space where you can unplug from the digital world and reconnect with yourself. In today's hyper-connected society, it's easy to lose sight of who we are beneath the layers of curated identities and constant stimulation. Meditation strips away these distractions, revealing the essence of your being, calm, centered, and whole. From this place of clarity, you can engage with social media or any aspect of life with greater purpose and authenticity. Finally, let's consider the broader implications of meditation for societal well-being. As more people embrace mindfulness practices, we collectively shift toward a culture of presence, compassion, and sustainability. We begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of nurturing both individual and collective health. This paradigm shift holds immense potential for addressing global challenges like climate change, inequality, and mental health crises. In summary, the science behind meditation underscores its profound impact on the brain, body, and spirit. By rewiring neural pathways, balancing the nervous system, and fostering emotional resilience, meditation empowers us to thrive in an increasingly complex world. It offers a path to freedom, not from external circumstances, but from the limitations of our own minds. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the foundations of Buddhist philosophy, exploring timeless teachings that illuminate the nature of suffering, impermanence, and liberation. But for now, take a moment to reflect on the insights we've shared about meditation. Consider how you can incorporate this practice into your daily routine, starting with small, manageable steps. Trust the process, knowing that each breath brings you closer to a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 4: Foundations of Buddhist Philosophy. As we continue our exploration of mindfulness and meditation, let's turn our attention to the philosophical underpinnings that have guided these practices for thousands of years. At the heart of this wisdom lies Buddhism, a tradition born from the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, the historical figure known as the Buddha. His insights into the nature of suffering, impermanence, and liberation offer timeless guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life, including our relationship with social media. To understand the relevance of Buddhist philosophy today, we must first explore its foundational teachings. Central to Buddhism are the Four Noble Truths, which provide a framework for understanding human existence and the path to freedom from suffering. These truths are not abstract concepts, but practical tools for transforming how we relate to ourselves, others, and the world around us. The first noble truth is the truth of dukkha, often translated as suffering or unsatisfactoriness. Dukkha encompasses everything from physical pain and emotional distress to the subtle dissatisfaction that arises when things don't go as planned. In the context of social media, dukkha manifests in many ways: feelings of inadequacy after comparing ourselves to others, anxiety over missing out on updates, or frustration when likes and comments fail to meet our expectations. By acknowledging dukkha, we begin to see it not as an anomaly but as an inherent part of life. This recognition is liberating because it shifts our focus from avoiding discomfort to understanding its causes and finding ways to transcend it. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering. Craving, tanha craving, can take three forms: desire for sensory pleasures, attachment to existence, and aversion to unpleasant experiences. Social media taps directly into these cravings, creating endless loops of seeking validation, scrolling for entertainment, or avoiding uncomfortable emotions. For example, the thrill of receiving a notification activates the brain's reward system, reinforcing the habit of checking our phones repeatedly. Over time, this cycle perpetuates dissatisfaction, as no amount of external gratification can fill the void within. Buddhism teaches that craving arises from ignorance, avidya, a misunderstanding of reality. We mistake fleeting phenomena for permanence, separate selves for interconnectedness, and temporary happiness for lasting fulfillment. Social media exacerbates this ignorance by presenting curated versions of reality that distort our perception of truth. When we believe that someone else's highlight reel reflects their entire life, we fall into the trap of comparison and self-judgment. By cultivating awareness through mindfulness and meditation, we pierce through this illusion, seeing clearly the impermanent and interdependent nature of all things. The third noble truth offers hope, the cessation of suffering, nirodha. Just as fire ceases when fuel runs out, suffering ends when craving subsides. This doesn't mean suppressing desires or withdrawing from life. Rather, it involves letting go of attachment to outcomes and embracing the present moment fully. Imagine logging off social media without clinging to the need for validation or fearing FOMO, fear of missing out. Instead, you approach each interaction with curiosity and openness, free from the compulsion to seek approval or compare yourself to others. This radical shift in perspective transforms your relationship with technology, making it a tool for connection rather than a source of stress. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to liberation, the Eightfold Path. Often depicted as a wheel with 8 spokes, this path provides a comprehensive guide to ethical living, mental discipline, and wisdom. Each aspect of the path supports the others, creating a holistic approach to personal growth and spiritual awakening. Let's examine the components of the Eightfold Path and consider how they apply to our modern lives. Right view. Seeing reality as it is, free from delusion. Right view encourages us to question assumptions and challenge distorted thinking patterns. On social media, this means recognizing the difference between authentic connection and superficial engagement. It also involves understanding the impact of our online actions on ourselves and others. Right intention. Cultivating wholesome motivations such as kindness, compassion, and renunciation. Before posting or commenting, ask yourself, what is my intention? Am I seeking to uplift others or merely boost my ego? Aligning your intentions with positive values fosters harmony both internally and externally. Right speech. Communicating truthfully and kindly. Social media amplifies the power of words, so it's crucial to use them wisely. Avoid gossip, harsh criticism, or divisive rhetoric. Instead, share messages that inspire, educate, or unite. Even silence can be powerful if speaking would cause harm. Right action, behaving ethically and responsibly. This includes respecting privacy, refraining from cyberbullying, and using technology in ways that benefit rather than exploit. Consider how your digital footprint contributes to the collective good. Right livelihood. Earning a living in alignment with your values. While this principle traditionally applies to work, it extends to how we spend our time online. Are you using social media to promote meaningful projects or mindlessly consuming content? Choose activities that align with your higher purpose. Right effort. Cultivating wholesome qualities while abandoning unwholesome ones. Apply this effort to your social media habits by replacing aimless scrolling with mindful interactions. Set boundaries to protect your energy and prioritize activities that nourish your spirit. Right mindfulness. Being fully present and aware. As we've discussed earlier, mindfulness helps break the cycle of distraction and reactivity. Practice bringing conscious attention to your online behavior, noticing triggers and choosing responses thoughtfully. Right concentration. Developing deep states of focus and tranquility. Meditation strengthens concentration, enabling you to resist the pull of multitasking and fragmented attention. Use this skill to engage more deeply with tasks and relationships, both online and offline. Together, these 8 practices form a roadmap for leading a balanced and fulfilling life. They remind us that true happiness comes not from external achievements, but from inner transformation. By walking the Eightfold Path, we cultivate virtues like patience, generosity, and equanimity, which serve as antidotes to the restlessness and dissatisfaction fostered by excessive social media use. Another cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy is the concept of impermanence, anicca. Everything in life is transient. Thoughts, emotions, relationships, even social media trends. Clinging to what is fleeting only leads to disappointment, while accepting impermanence brings peace. For instance, instead of obsessing over capturing the perfect photo for Instagram, embrace the beauty of the moment as it unfolds. Trust that memories etched in your heart will endure long after filters fade. Interconnectedness. Pratitya samutpada is another key teaching, emphasizing that nothing exists independently. Our actions ripple outward, affecting countless beings in ways seen and unseen. Social media amplifies this interconnectedness, offering opportunities to spread kindness or negativity across vast networks. By acting with compassion and integrity, we contribute to a culture of empathy and mutual support. Finally, Buddhism invites us to awaken to our true nature, a luminous awareness beyond the confines of ego and identity. This awakening isn't reserved for monks or mystics. It's available to anyone willing to embark on the journey. Through sustained practice, we dissolve the barriers separating self from other, experiencing the profound unity underlying all existence. In the context of social media, this realization transforms how we relate to others. Rather than viewing interactions as transactions, seeking likes in exchange for posts, We approach them as expressions of shared humanity. We celebrate differences, honor struggles, and recognize the divine spark in everyone we encounter. As we integrate these teachings into our daily lives, remember that Buddhism is not about perfection but progress. You don't need to abandon social media entirely to live mindfully. Instead, bring awareness to your usage, asking, does this serve my highest good? Does it nurture genuine connection? Does it align with my values? Let's also acknowledge the beauty of paradox within Buddhist philosophy. While detachment is emphasized, it doesn't imply indifference. On the contrary, true detachment allows us to love more deeply, unburdened by possessiveness or fear of loss. Similarly, renouncing worldly distractions doesn't mean rejecting joy. It means savoring life's richness without clinging to it. To illustrate these principles, consider the story of the Buddha himself. Born into luxury, he renounced wealth and privilege to seek enlightenment. Yet his quest wasn't driven by rejection of pleasure, but by a desire to understand the root of suffering. After years of rigorous practice, he attained awakening beneath the Bodhi tree, realizing that liberation comes not from escaping life, but from embracing it fully, with eyes wide open. The same invitation awaits us today. Whether scrolling through feeds, engaging in conversations, or simply sitting quietly, we're called to wake up, to see clearly, act compassionately, and live authentically. Each moment offers an opportunity to embody the teachings of Buddhism, regardless of where we find ourselves. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical steps to unplug from social media and reclaim your time and attention. But for now, reflect on the insights we've shared about Buddhist philosophy. Consider how these timeless truths resonate with your own experiences and aspirations. Trust that every step along the path, no matter how small, brings you closer to freedom, not from the world, but from the limitations of your own mind. Chapter 5. Practical Steps to Unplug. Now that we've explored the philosophical and scientific foundations of mindfulness and meditation, let's turn our attention to practical steps you can take to unplug from social media and reclaim your time and attention. While understanding the why behind disconnecting is essential, implementing actionable strategies is equally important. In this chapter, we'll provide a comprehensive guide to creating healthier habits around technology, empowering you to live more intentionally and mindfully. The first step toward unplugging is setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are not about restriction, but about creating space for what truly matters. Start by identifying specific times of day when you will and won't engage with social media. For example, many people find it helpful to avoid screens during the first hour after waking up and the last hour before bed. These periods are crucial for grounding yourself in the present moment and preparing your mind for restful sleep. Instead of reaching for your phone as soon as you open your eyes, try starting your day with a mindful activity like stretching, journaling, or meditating. Similarly, winding down with a book or gratitude practice can help signal to your brain that it's time to relax. Another effective boundary is designating tech-free zones in your home. The dining table, bedroom, and bathroom are excellent candidates for these spaces. By keeping devices out of these areas, you create opportunities for deeper connection with yourself, your loved ones, and your surroundings. Imagine sharing a meal without the distraction of notifications, or falling asleep without the glow of a screen, disrupting your natural circadian rhythm. Small changes like these can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Once you've established boundaries, consider using tools to monitor and manage your screen time. Most smartphones now come equipped with features that track how much time you spend on apps, allowing you to set limits and receive reminders when you exceed them. Apps like Freedom, Moment, or Digital Wellbeing offer additional functionality, enabling you to block distracting websites or schedule focus sessions. These tools aren't meant to shame you into reducing screen time, but to provide insight into your habits so you can make informed decisions. Replacing screen time with mindful activities is another powerful strategy for unplugging. When you feel the urge to scroll mindlessly, pause and ask yourself, what do I really need right now? Are you seeking relaxation and inspiration or connection? Once you identify your underlying desire, choose an alternative activity that fulfills it in a healthier way. For instance, if you're craving entertainment, try reading a novel, listening to a podcast, or watching a documentary. If you're longing for creativity, pick up a sketchpad, play an instrument, or experiment with cooking a new recipe. And if you're yearning for connection, reach out to a friend or family member for a meaningful conversation. One particularly effective replacement for social media is engaging in creative hobbies. Activities like painting, knitting, gardening, or writing not only occupy your hands and mind, but also foster a sense of accomplishment and flow, a state of complete absorption where time seems to disappear. Flow experiences are inherently rewarding, providing a natural high that rivals the fleeting dopamine hits of likes and comments. Plus, they leave behind tangible results, whether it's a finished piece of art, a thriving plant, or a heartfelt letter. Physical movement is another excellent antidote to excessive screen time. Whether it's yoga, dancing, hiking, or simply taking a brisk walk around the block, exercise boosts mood, reduces stress, and improves cognitive function. It also helps counteract the sedentary lifestyle often associated with heavy social media use. To integrate movement into your routine, consider pairing it with mindfulness. For example, practice walking meditation by focusing on each step, the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, the sights and sounds around you. This combination of physical activity and mental awareness enhances both body and mind. Journaling is another transformative practice that can support your journey toward unplugging. Writing allows you to process thoughts and emotions, gain clarity, and cultivate self-awareness. Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to jotting down reflections, gratitudes, or intentions. Over time, you may notice patterns in your behavior or triggers for social media use, giving you valuable insights into areas for growth. Journaling also serves as a reminder of your progress, reinforcing your commitment to living more mindfully. For those who struggle with FOMO, fear of missing out, reframing your perspective can be incredibly liberating. Social media creates the illusion that everyone else is living exciting, fulfilling lives while you're stuck in monotony. But the truth is, most people experience boredom, frustration, and uncertainty just like you. By stepping away from the curated highlight reels, you give yourself permission to embrace the beauty of ordinary moments. Whether it's sipping tea in silence, watching clouds drift across the sky, or laughing with a loved one, life's simplest pleasures often bring the greatest joy. Mindful breathing exercises can also help curb the impulse to check your phone. Whenever you feel restless or anxious, pause and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold the breath for a moment, then exhale gently through your mouth. Repeat this cycle several times, focusing entirely on the sensation of air moving in and out of your body. Not only does this practice calm the nervous system, but it also interrupts automatic behaviors like reaching for your device. Over time, you'll find it easier to resist distractions and stay anchored in the present moment. If you're concerned about losing touch with friends or missing important updates, explore alternative ways to stay connected. Video calls, voice messages, and handwritten letters offer more personal and meaningful forms of communication than quick texts or comments. You might also join local groups or clubs based on shared interests, fostering face-to-face interactions that enrich your social life. Remember, quality trumps quantity when it comes to relationships. Investing in a few close connections yields far greater satisfaction than maintaining superficial ties with hundreds of acquaintances online. Another practical tip is to curate your social media feeds intentionally. Unfollow accounts that drain your energy or promote unrealistic standards. Instead, follow creators who inspire, educate, or uplift you. Limit your exposure to negative news cycles, which can heighten anxiety and fear. By surrounding yourself with positivity and authenticity, you transform social media into a tool for growth rather than a source of stress. It's also worth considering periodic digital detoxes, extended breaks from social media to reset your relationship with technology. These detoxes can last anywhere from a day to several weeks, depending on your needs and preferences. During this time, immerse yourself in offline activities that nourish your soul, such as spending time in nature, volunteering, or pursuing passion projects. Many people report feeling lighter, clearer, and more grounded after a detox, making it easier to reintroduce social media in a balanced way. Parents and caregivers can model healthy tech habits for children by establishing family-wide guidelines. For example, designate certain evenings as no-screen nights, where everyone engages in board games, storytelling, or outdoor play. Encourage kids to express themselves creatively through drawing, building, or imaginative play instead of relying on tablets or TVs for entertainment. Teaching young people the value of presence and connection sets them up for a lifetime of mindful living. Finally, remember that unplugging isn't about rejecting technology altogether. It's about using it consciously and responsibly. There's nothing inherently wrong with social media. It's how we engage with it that determines its impact on our lives. By approaching these platforms with intention and awareness, we harness their potential for good while minimizing harm. To summarize, here are some key takeaways for unplugging. Set boundaries around when and where you use social media. Use tracking tools to monitor your screen time and set limits. Replace scrolling with mindful activities like reading, exercising, or journaling. Embrace creative hobbies and physical movement to boost well-being. Reframe FOMO by appreciating the beauty of ordinary moments. Practice mindful breathing to interrupt automatic behaviors. Explore alternative ways to connect with loved ones offline. Curate your social media feeds to reflect your values and aspirations. Consider periodic digital detoxes to reset your relationship with technology. Each of these steps contributes to a more intentional and fulfilling life. They empower you to break free from the grip of constant connectivity and rediscover the joy of being fully present. In the next chapter, we'll dive into guided meditations and mindfulness practices designed to deepen your connection with yourself and the world around you. But for now, reflect on the strategies we've discussed and consider how you can implement them in your daily routine. Trust that every small change brings you closer to freedom, not from social media, but from the unconscious habits that keep you tethered to it. Chapter 6. Body Scan Meditation. In this chapter, we'll embark on one of the most grounding and transformative mindfulness practices, the body scan meditation. This technique invites you to turn your attention inward, cultivating awareness of your physical sensations and fostering a deep sense of relaxation. The body scan is not just about releasing tension, it's also an opportunity to reconnect with your body, which often gets neglected amidst the busyness of daily life and the constant pull of social media. Let's begin by understanding what the body scan entails. At its essence, it's a systematic exploration of your body from head to toe, bringing conscious attention to each part as you go. Unlike other forms of meditation that focus primarily on the breath or thoughts, the body scan encourages you to anchor your awareness in the physical sensations you experience. Whether it's warmth, tingling, tightness, or ease, every sensation becomes a doorway to presence. The practice has its roots in mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, developed by Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn in the late 1970s. MBSR was initially designed to help individuals manage chronic pain and anxiety, but over time its applications have expanded far beyond clinical settings. Today, the body scan is widely used as a tool for cultivating self-awareness, reducing stress, and promoting overall well-being. It serves as a reminder that our bodies are always here, offering us a steady anchor in the present moment, even when our minds wander off into worries about the future or regrets about the past. To prepare for the body scan, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Lie down on your back if possible, with your arms resting gently by your sides and your legs slightly apart. If lying down isn't comfortable, sitting in a chair with your feet planted firmly on the floor works too. The key is to adopt a posture that feels supportive yet relaxed. Once you're settled, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your belly to expand, and exhale fully through your mouth, letting any tension melt away. Now, let's begin the journey through your body. Start by shifting your attention to the top of your head. Notice how it feels without trying to change anything. Is there tightness, warmth, or perhaps a neutral sensation? Simply observe without judgment. If thoughts arise, perhaps wondering whether you're doing it right, acknowledge them kindly and return your focus to the sensations in your scalp. Gradually move your awareness down to your forehead. Feel the subtle movements as you breathe, noticing any creases or softening. From there, shift to your eyes, cheeks, and jaw. Many people carry tension in their facial muscles, especially after hours of staring at screens or clenching their teeth unconsciously. As you bring awareness to these areas, imagine inviting them to relax. You might visualize warmth spreading across your face, melting away any residual tightness. Next, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. These regions are common sites of stored stress, so spend some extra time here. Observe the weight of your head resting on the surface beneath you. Notice any heaviness or lightness, stiffness or ease. If you encounter discomfort, resist the urge to fix it immediately. Instead, breathe into the sensation, acknowledging it with curiosity and compassion. Over time, you may notice the tension easing naturally, like clouds dispersing in the sky. Continue downward to your chest and abdomen. Pay attention to the rise and fall of your breath, feeling the gentle expansion and contraction of your torso. Some people describe this movement as waves lapping against the shore, a rhythmic ebb and flow that connects you to the present moment. If your mind drifts away, gently guide it back to the sensation of your breath moving through your body. From the core of your being, extend your awareness to your lower back, hips, and pelvis. These areas often hold emotions we haven't fully processed, such as fear, anger, or sadness. By bringing conscious attention to them, you create space for healing and release. Imagine sending kindness and acceptance to these parts of yourself, trusting that they carry wisdom beyond words. Now shift your focus to your legs. Begin with your thighs, noticing their weight and texture. Are they heavy or light? Warm or cool? Move gradually to your knees, shins, calves, and finally your ankles and feet. Spend time exploring each section, savoring the nuances of sensation. Perhaps you feel tingling in your toes or a gentle pulse running through your veins. Whatever arises, meet it with openness and curiosity. As you complete the scan, take a moment to rest in the totality of your body. Feel yourself as a unified whole, a living, breathing organism interconnected from head to toe. Allow gratitude to arise for this miraculous vessel that supports you day in and day out, often without acknowledgement. The body scan is more than just a relaxation exercise. It's a practice of radical acceptance. In a world obsessed with perfection, we're conditioned to criticize our bodies for not looking or functioning the way we think they should. But during the body scan, there's no room for judgment. You simply show up exactly as you are, meeting yourself with unconditional love and presence. This act of self-compassion ripples outward, influencing how you relate to others and the world around you. Beyond its immediate benefits, the body scan offers profound insights into the nature of impermanence. Sensations come and go, constantly changing like weather patterns. One moment you might feel warmth in your hands, the next, a slight chill. By observing these fluctuations, you develop a deeper appreciation for the transient beauty of life. When applied to social media, this awareness helps you recognize that online interactions, likes, comments, trends, are equally fleeting. They don't define your worth, nor do they capture the full richness of your existence. For those new to meditation, the body scan can feel challenging at first. It's natural for the mind to wander or for impatience to arise. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's practice. Each time you notice your attention drifting and bring it back to your body, you strengthen your capacity for mindfulness. Over time, this skill translates into greater resilience, enabling you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. In addition to its psychological benefits, the body scan has tangible physiological effects. Studies show that regular practice reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and enhances immune function. It also promotes better sleep by calming the nervous system and quieting the mind. For individuals struggling with insomnia or restless nights, incorporating a body scan before bed can make a significant difference. To deepen your experience, consider pairing the body scan with visualization techniques. For example, imagine a warm golden light traveling through your body, soothing and revitalizing each area it touches. Alternatively, picture any tension dissolving like ice melting under the sun. These mental images amplify the relaxation response, making the practice even more effective. Another variation is to incorporate affirmations or phrases of loving kindness. As you move through different parts of your body, silently repeat statements like, "May this part of me be at ease," or "I honor and care for my body." These words reinforce positive self-talk and nurture a sense of connection with yourself. The body scan is particularly powerful for addressing issues related to dissociation, a common consequence of excessive screen time. When we spend hours scrolling, our awareness becomes fragmented, disconnecting us from our physical selves. The body scan counteracts this tendency by anchoring us firmly in the here and now. It reminds us that we are more than our digital avatars. We are embodied beings capable of experiencing life fully and authentically. Parents and educators can adapt the body scan for children, introducing them to mindfulness in a playful and accessible way. For instance, guide kids through an imaginary journey where they explore different rooms in their bodies, greeting each part with curiosity and care. This approach not only teaches valuable skills for managing emotions, but also fosters a lifelong appreciation for their bodies. Finally, remember that the body scan doesn't need to follow a rigid structure. While the traditional format moves sequentially from head to toe, you can customize the practice based on your needs. If certain areas require more attention, such as sore muscles or areas of tension, you can linger there longer. Conversely, if you're short on time, you can condense the scan, focusing on major sections like the head, torso, and limbs. Flexibility ensures that the practice remains sustainable and enjoyable over the long term. To integrate the body scan into your daily routine, choose a consistent time and place for practice. Morning sessions set a calm tone for the day ahead, while evening sessions promote relaxation and prepare you for restful sleep. Even brief scans lasting 5 to 10 minutes can yield noticeable benefits, making it easier to stay grounded amidst life's demands. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the insights and sensations you've encountered during the body scan. Consider how this practice can support your journey toward unplugging from social media and reconnecting with yourself. Trust that every moment of awareness brings you closer to freedom, not from external distractions, but from the inner turmoil that keeps you tethered to them. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, loving kindness meditation. But for now, take a moment to honor the work you've done today. Whether you've completed a full body scan or simply engaged with the ideas presented here, know that you're taking meaningful steps toward a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 7. Loving Kindness Meditation. In this chapter, we'll explore one of the most heart-centered and transformative practices in mindfulness, loving kindness meditation, also known as metta meditation. Rooted in Buddhist tradition, this practice cultivates compassion, kindness, and connection, not just toward others, but also toward ourselves. In a world often dominated by comparison, judgment, and disconnection, especially on social media, loving kindness meditation offers a powerful antidote, reminding us of our shared humanity and innate capacity for love. At its core, loving kindness meditation involves silently repeating phrases of goodwill and warmth, directing these intentions first inward, and then outward to others. It's a practice of opening the heart, softening resistance, and fostering a sense of unity with all beings. While it may seem simple, its effects are profound, touching every aspect of our lives, from how we relate to ourselves to how we interact with the world around us. To understand why loving-kindness meditation is so impactful, let's delve into its origins and purpose. The term metta comes from the Pali language and translates to friendliness or goodwill. In Buddhism, it's considered one of the 4 Brahma-viharas, or divine abodes, qualities of mind that lead to spiritual awakening. These include loving-kindness, metta-compassion, karuna, sympathetic joy, mudita and equanimity, upekkha. Together, they form a framework for cultivating emotional resilience and deepening our connection to life. Loving-kindness meditation begins with self-compassion because true kindness toward others stems from a place of inner fullness. Many people struggle with this step, especially in a culture that often equates self-care with selfishness. Social media exacerbates this challenge, encouraging us to compare ourselves to idealized versions of others and amplifying feelings of inadequacy. By practicing loving-kindness, we learn to treat ourselves with the same care and understanding we would offer a dear friend. Let's walk through the steps of the practice. To begin, find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright, lying down, or even walking slowly. Close your eyes if it feels natural, or keep them softly focused on a point ahead. Take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to settle and your mind to quiet. Feel the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you, grounding you in the present moment. Now, bring your attention to your heart center, the space in the middle of your chest where emotions often reside. Imagine this area as a warm, glowing light, radiating kindness and compassion. Silently repeat phrases of loving kindness directed toward yourself. Common phrases include, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be safe," "May I live with ease." Feel free to adapt these words to resonate with your personal experience. For example, you might say, "May I feel loved," or "May I trust myself." The key is to choose language that feels authentic and meaningful to you. Repeat these phrases gently, allowing their resonance to fill your awareness. As you send loving kindness to yourself, notice any resistance or discomfort that arises. Perhaps there's a voice inside saying, "I don't deserve this," or "This feels awkward." Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment, recognizing them as habitual patterns rather than truths. With each repetition of the phrases, imagine softening around these barriers, creating space for acceptance and tenderness. Over time, you'll likely notice a shift, a growing sense of warmth and openness in your heart. Once you've spent several minutes cultivating loving kindness for yourself, expand your circle of compassion to include others. Begin with someone who has brought you unconditional love and support, a close friend, family member, mentor, or even a pet. Picture this person vividly in your mind's eye, recalling their smile, voice, or presence. Silently direct the same phrases of goodwill toward them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Allow yourself to genuinely wish for their well-being, free from any expectation or attachment to outcomes. This act of extending kindness strengthens your capacity for empathy and connection, reinforcing the truth that we are all interconnected. Next, widen your focus to include neutral individuals, people you encounter in daily life but don't know well, such as a barista, cashier, or neighbor. Imagine their faces and silently repeat the phrases for them. Recognize that, like you, they too desire happiness and freedom from suffering. This step challenges us to transcend indifference and cultivate a sense of universal care. Afterward, extend loving kindness to those with whom you have difficulty, perhaps someone who has hurt you, disappointed you, or caused conflict in your life. It's important to approach this stage with patience and gentleness, acknowledging that forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. Instead, it's about releasing the burden of resentment and freeing yourself from the cycle of anger. Visualize this person and silently offer the same phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Notice any resistance or discomfort that arises during this part of the practice. If it feels overwhelming, return to focusing on yourself or a loved one until you feel ready to try again. Remember, loving-kindness meditation isn't about forcing anything. It's about planting seeds of compassion that will grow on over time. Finally, expand your circle of kindness to encompass all beings everywhere. Imagine sending waves of goodwill across the globe, transcending boundaries of geography, culture, and species. Silently repeat, may all beings be happy, may all beings be healthy, may all beings be safe, may all beings live with ease. Feel the vastness of this intention, knowing that your wishes join countless others in creating a ripple effect of positivity and peace. The benefits of loving-kindness meditation extend far beyond the duration of the practice itself. Research shows that regular engagement increases activity in brain regions associated with empathy, emotional regulation, and pro-social behavior. It reduces symptoms of anxiety, depression, and chronic pain while enhancing overall well-being. Moreover, it fosters a greater sense of belonging, countering the isolation and loneliness often exacerbated by excessive social media use. One of the most beautiful aspects of loving-kindness meditation is its accessibility. Unlike some forms of meditation that require stillness or silence, this practice can be done anywhere, at home, during your commute, or even while waiting in line. You don't need special equipment or extensive training. All you need is a willingness to open your heart. For those new to loving-kindness meditation, it's helpful to start small. Begin with just 5 or 10 minutes per session, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. Over time, you'll likely notice subtle shifts in your mindset, greater patience, increased gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all life. In addition to its individual benefits, loving-kindness meditation has profound implications for societal well-being. As more people embrace this practice, we collectively move toward a culture of compassion and mutual support. We begin to see beyond divisions of race, religion, and ideology, recognizing the shared desires and struggles that unite us. This shift holds immense potential for addressing global challenges like inequality, environmental degradation, and political polarization. To deepen your experience, consider integrating visualization techniques. For example, imagine a warm golden light emanating from your heart, spreading outward to envelop yourself and others in a cocoon of love and safety. Alternatively, picture each phrase as a gift wrapped in beautiful paper, delivered directly to the recipient's heart. These mental images amplify the emotional impact of the practice, making it even more potent. Another variation is to incorporate affirmations or mantras alongside the traditional phrases. For instance, you might silently repeat, "I am worthy of love," or "My heart is open to giving and receiving kindness." These statements reinforce positive self-talk and nurture a sense of connection with yourself. Parents, educators, and caregivers can introduce loving-kindness meditation to children in age-appropriate ways. For younger kids, frame the practice as sending heart hugs to themselves and others. Encourage them to visualize wrapping loved ones in blankets of warmth and comfort. For teens, emphasize the importance of self-compassion and resilience, helping them navigate the pressures of adolescence and social media. Finally, remember that loving-kindness meditation is not about achieving perfection or eliminating negative emotions. It's normal to encounter resistance, skepticism, or even tears during the practice. These responses are signs that you're working through deeply ingrained patterns and opening yourself to new possibilities. Trust the process, knowing that every repetition of the phrases plants a seed of kindness that will blossom in its own time. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the insights and sensations you've encountered during loving-kindness meditation. Consider how this practice can support your journey toward unplugging from social media and reconnecting with yourself and others. Trust that every moment of compassion brings you closer to freedom. not from external distractions, but from the inner barriers that keep you tethered to them. In the next chapter, we'll explore walking meditation, a practice that combines mindfulness with movement, offering yet another pathway to presence and connection. For now, take a moment to honor the work you've done today. Whether you've completed a full, loving-kindness meditation or simply engaged with the ideas presented here, know that you're taking meaningful steps toward a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 8: Walking Meditation. In this chapter, we'll explore walking meditation, a practice that beautifully merges mindfulness with movement. While seated meditation often takes center stage in discussions about mindfulness, walking meditation offers a unique and accessible way to cultivate awareness while engaging the body. This practice is particularly relevant for those seeking relief from the sedentary habits often fueled by excessive screen time and social media use. By bringing conscious attention to each step, we anchor ourselves in the present moment, fostering a deeper connection with both our surroundings and ourselves. Walking meditation is rooted in Buddhist tradition, where it has been practiced for centuries as a complement to seated meditation. Monks and practitioners would alternate between periods of sitting and walking, using the rhythm of their steps to sustain focus and clarity. Today, this practice has gained widespread recognition for its ability to integrate mindfulness into everyday activities, making it an ideal tool for modern life. Whether you're strolling through a serene forest or navigating a bustling city street, walking meditation transforms ordinary movement into an opportunity for presence and reflection. To understand why walking meditation is so effective, let's examine its mechanics and benefits. Unlike seated meditation, which often emphasizes stillness, walking meditation invites us to engage fully with motion. Each step becomes a focal point, drawing our attention away from distracting thoughts and back to the here and now. This deliberate pacing not only calms the mind but also awakens the senses, encouraging us to notice details we might otherwise overlook. The texture of the ground beneath our feet, the rustle of leaves in the wind, or the play of light and shadow around us. The practice begins with setting an intention to walk mindfully, with full awareness of each movement. Choose a location that feels safe and conducive to reflection. It could be indoors along a hallway, outdoors in a garden or park, or even around your home. The key is to select a space where you can move freely without worrying about obstacles or interruptions. Once you've chosen your path, stand still for a moment, grounding yourself in the present. Feel the weight of your body supported by the earth, noticing how your feet make contact with the surface below. Now, begin to walk at a slow, steady pace. There's no need to rush. The goal is to move deliberately, savoring each step rather than rushing toward a destination. Lift one foot slightly off the ground, observing the sensation of muscles contracting and releasing. Swing the leg forward, placing the heel down first, followed by the ball of the foot and toes. Notice the transition of weight as you shift from one foot to the other, maintaining balance and stability. Repeat this process with the opposite foot, continuing to observe the intricate mechanics of walking. As you progress, expand your awareness to include other aspects of the experience. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath, synchronizing it with your steps if it feels natural. Feel the gentle sway of your arms, the subtle rotation of your torso, and the overall flow of energy coursing through your body. If external sounds arise, birdsong, traffic, voices, acknowledge them without attachment, letting them pass like clouds drifting across the sky. Similarly, if thoughts or emotions surface, greet them with kindness and return your focus to the act of walking. One of the most powerful aspects of walking meditation is its versatility. Unlike seated meditation, which requires a specific posture and environment, walking meditation can be adapted to various contexts. For example, you might practice during your daily commute, transforming a mundane task into a mindful ritual. Or you could incorporate it into outdoor activities like hiking, gardening, or even running errands. By infusing movement with awareness, you reclaim moments that might otherwise feel wasted or automatic. Walking meditation also serves as a bridge between formal mindfulness practices and real-world application. Many people find it easier to maintain focus while walking compared to sitting, especially if they struggle with restlessness or physical discomfort. The rhythmic nature of walking creates a natural anchor, helping to stabilize the wandering mind. Over time, this skill translates into greater resilience, enabling you to stay grounded amidst life's demands, including the constant pull of social media. For those who spend hours scrolling or glued to screens, walking meditation offers a refreshing antidote. It counters the sedentary lifestyle associated with digital overuse, promoting physical health and mental clarity. Studies show the regular movement reduces stress, boosts mood, and enhances cognitive function, all of which are compromised by prolonged screen time. Additionally, walking outdoors exposes you to fresh air and natural light, further supporting well-being. Even a short walk can reset your nervous system, providing a much-needed break from the artificial glow of devices. Beyond its physiological benefits, walking meditation fosters a profound sense of interconnectedness. As you move through the world, you become more attuned to your surroundings, the sights, sounds, smells, and textures that define each environment. This heightened awareness reminds you that you're part of something larger than yourself, countering the isolation often exacerbated by social media. Instead of viewing interactions online as transactional exchanges, you begin to see them as threads in a vast web of relationships, each contributing to the tapestry of human experience. To deepen your practice, consider incorporating visualization techniques. For instance, imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, anchoring you firmly to the earth. With each step, visualize these roots spreading outward, connecting you to the planet and all its inhabitants. Alternatively, picture waves of calm energy radiating outward from your body, touching everyone and everything you encounter. These mental images amplify the meditative quality of the practice, making it even more immersive. Another variation is to pair walking meditation with affirmations or mantras. Silently repeat phrases like, "I am grounded," "I am present," or "Each step brings me closer to peace." These statements reinforce positive self-talk and nurture a sense of stability. You might also experiment with counting your steps, using numbers as a focal point to sharpen concentration. For example, count up to 10 with each step, then start over again, creating a continuous loop of awareness. Parents, educators, and caregivers can introduce walking meditation to children in playful and engaging ways. For younger kids, frame the practice as a mindful adventure, encouraging them to notice details like colors, shapes, and sounds along the way. Challenge them to walk as quietly as possible, listening for subtle noises they might miss otherwise. For teens, emphasize the importance of balance and presence, helping them navigate the pressures of adolescence and screen-heavy lifestyles. In addition to its individual benefits, walking meditation has profound implications for societal well-being. As more people embrace this practice, we collectively move toward a culture of mindfulness and mutual respect. We begin to see public spaces not just as utilitarian pathways, but as opportunities for connection and reflection. This shift holds immense potential for addressing issues like environmental degradation, urban planning, and community building. Imagine cities designed with mindfulness in mind, green corridors, pedestrian-friendly zones, and quiet retreats integrated seamlessly into daily life. Finally, remember that walking meditation doesn't require perfection or rigidity. Unlike some forms of exercise that prioritize speed or intensity, this practice values slowness and simplicity. It's okay to adjust your pace, change directions, or pause when needed. Flexibility ensures that the practice remains sustainable and enjoyable over the long term. To integrate walking meditation into your routine, choose consistent times and places for practice. Morning walks set a calm tone for the day ahead, while evening strolls promote relaxation and prepare you for restful sleep. Even brief sessions lasting 5 to 10 minutes can yield noticeable benefits, making it easier to stay grounded amidst life's demands. Consider pairing walking meditation with other mindfulness practices. such as journaling or gratitude exercises, to create a holistic approach to well-being. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the insights and sensations you've encountered during walking meditation. Consider how this practice can support your journey toward unplugging from social media and reconnecting with yourself and the world around you. Trust that every step brings you closer to freedom, not from external distractions, but from the inner turmoil that keeps you tethered to them. In the next chapter, we'll explore breath awareness meditation, a foundational practice that anchors mindfulness in the simplicity of breathing. But for now, take a moment to honor the work you've done today. Whether you've completed a full walking meditation or simply engaged with the ideas presented here, know that you're taking meaningful steps toward a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 9: Breath Awareness Meditation. In this chapter, we'll delve into one of the most foundational and transformative practices in mindfulness, breath awareness meditation. Often referred to as anapanasati in Buddhist tradition, this practice centers on observing the breath, a simple yet profound anchor for cultivating presence and calm. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and the relentless pull of social media, breath awareness meditation offers a sanctuary, inviting us to return to the steady rhythm of our own life force. At its essence, breath awareness meditation is about focusing your attention on the natural flow of inhalation and exhalation. The breath serves as a bridge between body and mind, grounding us in the present moment while simultaneously calming the nervous system. Unlike other forms of meditation that may involve visualization, chanting, or movement, breath awareness requires nothing more than your willingness to pay attention. It's accessible to everyone, regardless of experience level, and can be practiced anywhere, at home, at work, or even during moments of stress in public spaces. To understand why breath awareness is so effective, let's explore its physiological and psychological benefits. When we focus on the breath, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the branch responsible for rest, digestion, and recovery. This shift counteracts the fight or flight response triggered by stress, reducing cortisol levels and promoting relaxation. Additionally, the rhythmic nature of breathing creates a natural focal point, helping to quiet the incessant chatter of the mind. Over time, this practice strengthens neural pathways associated with attention and emotional regulation, making it easier to stay centered amidst life's challenges. Breath awareness meditation also aligns closely with Buddhist teachings on impermanence and interconnectedness. Each breath is unique, a fleeting phenomenon that arises and passes away, much like thoughts, emotions, and experiences. By observing the breath without clinging to it or pushing it away, we cultivate an attitude of acceptance and equanimity. We learn to embrace the transient nature of existence, recognizing that everything, both pleasant and unpleasant, is temporary. This insight not only reduces suffering but also fosters resilience, enabling us to navigate change with grace and clarity. Let's walk through the steps of practicing breath awareness meditation. To begin, find a comfortable position, whether sitting upright in a chair, cross-legged on the floor, or lying down. If sitting, ensure your spine is straight but relaxed, allowing your shoulders to drop and your hands to rest gently on your lap or knees. Close your eyes if it feels natural, or keep them softly focused on a point ahead. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling fully through your mouth, letting go of any tension or distractions. Now allow your breathing to settle into its natural rhythm. There's no need to control or manipulate it. Simply observe how it flows in and out of your body. Notice the sensation of air entering your nostrils, cool and refreshing, and the warmth as it leaves your body. Feel the rise and fall of your abdomen or chest, whichever feels most prominent. You might also notice subtle movements in your ribs, back, or shoulders as you breathe. As you focus on the breath, resist the urge to judge or analyze it. Instead, adopt an attitude of curiosity and openness, treating each inhalation and exhalation as a new discovery. If your mind wanders, as it inevitably will, acknowledge the distraction kindly and gently guide your attention back to the breath. This process of returning to the present moment is the heart of meditation. Each time you do so, you strengthen your capacity for mindfulness. One of the most beautiful aspects of breath awareness meditation is its simplicity. Unlike some practices that require elaborate setups or specific conditions, this technique can be done anytime, anywhere. Whether you're stuck in traffic, waiting in line, or lying awake at night, bringing conscious attention to your breath instantly transforms the moment. It's a portable tool for managing stress, enhancing focus, and reconnecting with yourself. For those who struggle with anxiety or overthinking, breath awareness meditation offers a lifeline. Social media often amplifies these tendencies, bombarding us with information and triggering comparison, fear, or dissatisfaction. By anchoring yourself in the breath, you create a buffer between stimulus and response, giving yourself space to choose how to react. Over time, this skill translates into greater emotional resilience, enabling you to engage with technology and life itself with intention and awareness. To deepen your practice, consider incorporating counting techniques. For example, silently count each inhalation and exhalation up to 10 and start over again. This method provides a structured framework for maintaining focus, especially for beginners who may find it challenging to sustain attention. Alternatively, you might experiment with extending the length of your breaths, inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. This variation, known as box breathing, promotes relaxation and balance. Another powerful approach is to visualize the breath as a stream of energy flowing through your body. Imagine inhaling vitality and peace with each breath, filling every cell with nourishment and light. As you exhale, picture releasing tension, negativity, or anything that no longer serves you. These mental images amplify the meditative quality of the practice, making it even more immersive. Parents, educators, and caregivers can introduce breath awareness meditation to children in age-appropriate ways. For younger kids, frame the practice as belly breathing, encouraging them to place their hands on their stomachs and feel the rise and fall with each breath. Make it playful by pretending they're inflating balloons or blowing bubbles. For teens, emphasize the importance of self-regulation and stress management, helping them navigate the pressures of adolescence and screen-heavy lifestyles. In addition to its individual benefits, breath awareness meditation has profound implications for societal well-being. As more people embrace this practice, we collectively move toward a culture of presence and compassion. We begin to see interactions, not just online but offline, as opportunities for connection rather than competition. This shift holds immense potential for addressing issues like burnout, polarization, and disconnection. Imagine workplaces where employees take mindful breaths before meetings, schools where students practice breathing exercises to enhance focus, and communities that prioritize collective well-being over constant productivity. Beyond its immediate effects, breath awareness meditation lays the groundwork for other mindfulness practices. Many techniques, including loving-kindness meditation, body scan meditation, and walking meditation, incorporate awareness of the breath as a foundational element. By mastering this skill, you create a strong foundation for exploring additional tools and strategies for cultivating presence and peace. For those seeking to integrate breath awareness into daily life, consistency is key. Start with short sessions, 5 or 10 minutes per day, and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Choose a specific time and place for practice, such as first thing in the morning or right before bed, to establish a routine. Over time, you'll likely notice subtle shifts in your mindset, greater patience, increased gratitude, and a deeper appreciation for the simplicity of being alive. It's also helpful to pair breath awareness meditation with journaling or reflection. After completing the session, take a few moments to write down any insights, sensations, or emotions that arose. This process reinforces self-awareness and helps track your progress over time. You might also experiment with combining breath awareness with other mindfulness practices, such as gratitude exercises or visualization techniques to create a holistic approach to well-being. Finally, remember that breath awareness meditation is not about achieving perfection or eliminating distractions. It's normal to encounter resistance, frustration, or boredom during the practice. These responses are signs that you're working through deeply ingrained patterns and opening yourself to new possibilities. Trust the process, knowing that every repetition of returning to the breath plants a seed of mindfulness that will blossom in its own time. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the insights and sensations you've encountered during breath awareness meditation. Consider how this practice can support your journey toward unplugging from social media and reconnecting with yourself and others. Trust that every breath brings you closer to freedom, not from external distractions, but from the inner turmoil that keeps you tethered to them. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical steps for integrating mindfulness into daily life, empowering you to live with greater intention and authenticity. But for now, take a moment to honor the work you've done today. Whether you've completed a full breath awareness meditation or simply engaged with the ideas presented here, know that you're taking meaningful steps toward a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Chapter 10. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. In this final chapter, we'll explore how to integrate mindfulness into your daily life, a crucial step in making the practices we've discussed sustainable and transformative. While seated meditation, walking meditation, and other formal techniques are invaluable, their true power lies in their ability to permeate every aspect of our existence. By weaving mindfulness into the fabric of your day-to-day routines, you create a foundation for lasting peace, clarity, and connection, even amidst the chaos of modern life and the pull of social media. Mindfulness isn't something you do for 10 minutes in the morning and then set aside. It's a way of being, a lens through which you view and interact with the world. It's about bringing conscious awareness to everything you do, whether it's eating breakfast, answering emails, or scrolling through Instagram. The key is to approach each activity with intention, curiosity, and presence. When you live mindfully, even the most ordinary tasks become opportunities for growth and joy. Let's begin by examining how mindfulness can transform routine activities. Consider something as simple as brushing your teeth. Most of us perform this task automatically, barely registering the sensations involved. But what happens when you bring full attention to the experience? Notice the taste of the toothpaste, the texture of the bristles against your gums, the rhythm of your hand movements. Suddenly, an activity that once felt mundane becomes rich with detail and meaning. This shift in perspective not only enhances your appreciation for life's small moments, but also trains your mind to stay present throughout the day. Cooking is another excellent opportunity to practice mindfulness. From chopping vegetables to stirring a pot on the stove, cooking engages multiple senses: sight, smell, touch, and taste. Instead of rushing through the process or multitasking, perhaps checking your phone while waiting for water to boil, immerse yourself fully in the act of preparing food. Feel the weight of the knife in your hand. Listen to the sizzle of ingredients hitting the pan. Inhale the aroma of spices wafting through the air. Each step becomes a meditation, grounding you in the here and now. And when you finally sit down to eat, savor each bite, chewing slowly and appreciating the flavors. Mindful eating not only improves digestion, but also fosters gratitude for the nourishment you receive. Gardening offers yet another avenue for cultivating mindfulness. Whether you're planting seeds, watering plants, or pulling weeds, gardening invites you to connect with the earth and the cycles of nature. Pay attention to the texture of soil between your fingers, the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze, the vibrant colors of flowers blooming. These moments remind you of the interconnectedness of all life, countering the isolation often exacerbated by excessive screen time. Gardening also teaches patience and acceptance, qualities that extend far beyond the garden itself. Even commuting, a task many dread, can be transformed through mindfulness. If you drive, notice the sensation of your hands on the steering wheel, the hum of the engine, the scenery passing by outside your window. If you take public transportation, observe the people around you, the rhythm of the train or bus, the changing light as you move through different neighborhoods. Alternatively, if you walk or bike, focus on the movement of your body, the feeling of air against your skin, the sounds of the city or countryside. By staying present during your commute, you turn what might otherwise feel like wasted time into an opportunity for reflection and renewal. Workplace environments, often fraught with stress and distraction, are ripe for mindful interventions. Start by setting intentions at the beginning of your day. Ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring to my work? How can I serve others with kindness and integrity? Throughout the day, pause periodically to check in with yourself. Take a few deep breaths, stretch your body, or step outside for fresh air. Use these mini breaks to reset your focus and prevent burnout. Additionally, practice active listening during meetings or conversations, truly hearing what others have to say without interrupting or planning your response. This simple act fosters deeper connections and mutual respect. Technology use, including social media, is perhaps the area where mindfulness can make the greatest impact. Rather than banning devices altogether, aim to engage with them consciously. Before opening an app or sending a message, ask yourself, why am I doing this? How will it affect my mood or productivity? Set boundaries around when and where you use technology, designating tech-free zones and times for restorative activities. When you do scroll, do so with awareness, observing how images, posts, or comments influence your thoughts and emotions. Over time, you'll develop a healthier relationship with digital tools, using them as instruments of connection rather than sources of comparison or escapism. Parenting and caregiving provide countless opportunities to practice mindfulness. Whether you're changing a diaper, helping with homework, or simply sharing a meal, bring your full attention to the interaction. Listen deeply to what your child or loved one is saying, not just their words, but also their tone, facial expressions, and body language. Respond with empathy and patience, modeling the same qualities you wish to cultivate in them. Playtime too can be a form of mindfulness. Engage fully in games or creative projects, letting go of adult concerns and embracing the wonder of imagination. These shared experiences strengthen bonds and create cherished memories. Exercise and physical movement are natural companions to mindfulness. Whether you're practicing yoga, running, swimming, or dancing, focus on the sensations in your body, the stretch of muscles, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the flow of energy coursing through you. Let go of goals or expectations, allowing yourself to enjoy the pure pleasure of movement. Physical activity not only boosts mood and reduces stress, but also anchors you in the present moment, freeing you from worries about the past or future. Creative pursuits, painting, writing, playing music, crafting, are inherently mindful activities. They require concentration, patience, and openness to experimentation. As you immerse yourself in the creative process, let go of judgments about outcomes and instead revel in the act of creation itself. Creativity taps into a universal source of inspiration, reminding you of your innate potential and capacity for expression. Relationships, both personal and professional, benefit immensely from mindfulness. Practice being fully present during conversations, resisting the urge to glance at your phone or mentally rehearse your next point. Truly see and hear the person in front of you, acknowledging their humanity and uniqueness. Offer compliments sincerely, express gratitude freely, and resolve conflicts with compassion. These small acts of kindness ripple outward, creating a culture of empathy and understanding. Self-care is another vital aspect of integrating mindfulness into daily life. Prioritize activities that nurture your body, mind, and spirit, whether it's taking a warm bath, reading a book, meditating, or spending time in nature. Listen to your needs without guilt or resistance, trusting that caring for yourself enables you to care for others more effectively. Journaling can also be a powerful tool for self-reflection, helping you process emotions, clarify values, and celebrate progress. Finally, remember that mindfulness is not a destination but a journey. There will be days when you feel fully immersed in the present moment and others when distractions pull you away. Both experiences are part of the process. The goal isn't perfection, it's persistence. Each time you choose awareness over autopilot, you reinforce neural pathways that support greater presence and resilience. Over time, mindfulness becomes second nature, shaping how you think, feel, and interact with the world. As we conclude this chapter, reflect on the myriad ways mindfulness can enrich your daily life. From brushing your teeth to navigating relationships, every action holds the potential for transformation. By approaching each moment with intention and awareness, you reclaim your time and attention, redirecting them toward what truly matters. Social media, work demands, and societal pressures lose their grip as you anchor yourself in the beauty of the present. In the closing section of this video, we'll summarize the insights and practices we've explored throughout our journey together. But for now, take a moment to honor the steps you've taken today. Whether you've embraced mindfulness in small ways or committed to significant changes, know that you're moving closer to a life of greater clarity, connection, and joy. Trust that every choice you make brings you closer to freedom, not from external distractions, but from the inner turmoil that keeps you tethered to them. And so, we come to the end of our journey together, a journey through mindfulness, meditation, and the timeless wisdom of Buddhism. Over the past 2 hours, we've explored how these practices can help us disconnect from the noise of social media, reconnect with ourselves, and cultivate a deeper sense of peace and presence in our daily lives. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. We began by examining the challenges posed by constant connectivity, the way social media fragments our attention, fuels comparison, and amplifies feelings of inadequacy. From there, we delved into the essence of mindfulness, being fully present, without judgment, and embracing each moment as it unfolds. We turn to science to understand the profound impact meditation has on the brain and body, rewiring neural pathways, calming the nervous system, and fostering emotional resilience. The foundations of Buddhist philosophy illuminated the nature of suffering, impermanence, and liberation, offering us tools to navigate life's complexities with grace and compassion. Through practical steps, guided meditations, and mindful activities, we discovered how to unplug from distractions and reclaim our time and attention. Whether it was the grounding practice of a body scan, the heart-opening embrace of loving-kindness meditation, or the simplicity of breath awareness, each technique provided a pathway to presence and connection. Finally, we explored how mindfulness isn't confined to formal practices. It extends into every corner of our lives. From cooking and gardening to commuting and working, we learn to infuse ordinary moments with extraordinary awareness. By doing so, we create a life that feels richer, more meaningful, and aligned with what truly matters. As you move forward, remember that this is just the beginning of your journey. Mindfulness is not something you master overnight. It's a lifelong practice, one that evolves and deepens over time. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Each step you take brings you closer to the clarity, calm, and joy you seek. Social media and technology as a whole will always be part of our world. But now, armed with the tools and insights we've shared, you have the power to use these platforms consciously and responsibly. You can choose when to engage and when to step away, creating boundaries that protect your energy and nurture your spirit. I want to thank you for joining me on this exploration. If this video resonated with you, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from its message. Together, we can inspire others to embark on their own journeys toward mindfulness and well-being. Before we part ways, I invite you to take a deep breath. Inhale slowly. Hold it for a moment and exhale fully. Feel the steadiness of your body, the rhythm of your breath, and the vastness of the present moment. Carry this awareness with you as you go about your day, knowing that peace is always within reach. All you need to do is pause and notice it. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for committing to a life of greater mindfulness. Until next time, may you walk gently, live fully, and embrace the beauty of the present moment. Goodbye for now, and take care. Namaste.